Hi, welcome back to Logic Language Learning. Now this is a popular video, this is one that people have asked for quite a lot, so if there is anything not included in this explanation then please do not hesitate to get in touch. Now, this is a very common feature of GCSE writing, of A-level writing, of questioning if anybody's not from Great Britain. It's something we need for everyday French. This is the imperfect tense. So let's start by looking at what the imperfect tense is. So if you're coming from an English-speaking background, which I imagine you are if you're watching this video, you need to think of it as the words was, were, or used to. As per normal, all of the text is underneath. But it's more than that. It's basically, if you think a perfect action is an action that the way you're talking about it is finished. So if you look at the perfect video, if you look at the passé composé video, I went, I spoke, I danced. There's no more detail than this, okay? Now, yes, we can say was, yes, we can say were, yes, we can say used to, but let's look at what's happening in all of those as to why we use it in French, and then also how we're going to make this tense up. So first things first, was and were and used to, it's going to be the same tense in French. So all of these are going to come together with the same word. Okay, so we don't have to be working out the difference between I was speaking and I used to speak. They are all the same tense in French now. I call this tense with my students the wishy-washy tense. Okay, the wishy-washy tense. It's going to go backwards and forwards like a brush, okay? There's a sense of movement in the past. There's a sense of description in the past, okay? It's also a tense that you will use if you're setting the scene for something, okay, rather than a continuous action. And then, rather than a single action, and something happens. So if you think of your standard past, and if you watch the standard past video, I will give a video on the difference between the two, you will have I went, I spoke, I danced. Or I went, I bought, I ate. Now if you wrote these three things in a list, I went to the shop, I bought a bottle of water, I drank the water. Now nothing's telling me that they're in that order, that they are one after the other, but the fact they are in our other past, yeah, suggests that they're going to be in a list, they're going to be in a line, okay? If you said, I was buying a bottle of water, I found my money. It suggests that in the middle of buying the process, the ongoing process of buying a bottle of water, I found my money. Okay, if you said, when I was 13, it's the ongoing process of when I was 13. It's not I had this age at that time. If you talk about words which often in English, and this causes the confusion, and I will do another video on this, if you've got I wanted to do something, it's very rarely suddenly I wanted to do something. It's this general I was in the description, I was feeling like doing this. So I will do another video on how to differentiate between the two, the simple past and our wishy-washy past. But this is just to give you a little bit of an idea before we actually start talking about how we make it up today. So, for the moment, if you concentrate on words like was, were and used to, like I said, although there are plenty of occasions where in English you would use I wanted, and in French you would use this wishy-washy. So, let's crack on. So the trick to this tense in finding it is to not look at the table. I know I say that for all of my videos, but this really is important. So just copy me. Just say A. Everybody's going to be A. Copy me. A. Yeah? Everybody's ending is going to be A. Okay, now these are spelt differently. We'll look at those in a minute. I'm going to stand there so you can't see them. A is the ending of this tense. It's an easy tense. It's a was tense. It's not the sharp precision. A. Okay? So, and what we're going to do with this tense is we are going to stick this A on our core, or on our hard. So we've done two methods. We've done the soft and the hard verbs. Soft, soft, soft and hard. So let's go back to our favourite for teaching purposes, sortir. What was our hard? Sort. Okay, let's go back to a classic a, er verb. So let's have manger. Okay, what was our core? Mange. So let's look at the first type of verb. So if we had mange, or parle, or coupe, okay, let's go with coupe. Okay, let's go with cut. Nice hard sound. So if I asked you to give me the long form, the infinitive, the to form, you would give me couper. So my first question with this wishy-washy tense is, can I hear the sound A? Couper. There's an A already there. So this means I was cutting, je coupais. Now notice there's one verb word there. We're not saying j'ai coupé, which if you look is I cut, which sounds very similar. All we have as a difference is j'ai coupé and je coupé. One is J apostrophe AI, one is JE. So if we just take a look at that in a moment, okay? One is going to be using our imperfect ending and one is going to have three words, I have cut. Let's do the same with he. So was, I need an A. A. So he was cutting. So what's the verb to cut? Couper. I've already got an A. So he was cutting. I can only have one verb. Il coupait. Yeah, il coupait. He cut. Okay, now that's a singular action. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, as we talk about in my other video, 3 sounds for the standard action past. So the difference would be he cut, bom bom bom, il a coupé with a nice have in the middle. He was cutting, he used to cut, il coupait. Let's do another verb. Toucher. Can we hear the A? We can. So I was touching, not I touched, I was touching, je touchais. Okay? So, the endings for these I will come to in just a moment. We have for everybody then the same A apart from, you've guessed it, nous and vous, the ones that are always different. But if our nous and vous endings are normally en and A, we need something a little bit different, because if I, for example, took the core, so if I said manger is I was eating, je mangeais, and you can arrive at that in 2 ways. You can either say my infinitive, manger, sounds like an A, so I'll keep it. Je mangeais. Or you can think, okay, my core, je mange, tu manges, il mange. Take your core, mange, and add your A, manger. It comes to the same thing. But if I had my classic nous ending, mangeons, then that's just going to give me we eat. Okay? If I had my classic vous ending, A, manger, that's just going to give me you eat, you plural formal eat. So I'm going to have to remember the name of this tense. This tense is the imperfect tense. And this sounds really stupid, but say for me, imperfect, focusing on the letter I. Because you are now going to insert E, this little I, before your classic en and before your classic A. So we have ion and ea, 2 beats. So we eat, nous mangeons. We were eating, nous mangions. You dance, you plural, vous dansez. You were dancing, vous dansiez. Okay, vous dansiez. Okay. Now let's do another one. So if I gave you the verb to touch, toucher, straight off, how would you give me I was touching? Does it have an A already in the verb? It does. So A is the ending for everybody in this tense, apart from ion and ea. So I was touching, je touchais, tu touchais, il touchait. Nous touchons, now not nous touchons, nous touchions. Vous touchiez, vous touchiez. Okay? Il, same as before, the they will be same as everybody else, il touchait. Okay? So you've got patterns going on in here in French. You've got patterns where we have the soft and the hard, where the top 3 do one thing and the bottom 3 do another thing. And then you've got this other pattern where everybody does something, but nous and vous are different. Okay? So let's work with some examples. So I was speaking with my mother, and even though we've maybe not done the possessive yet, I'm sure most of you know my mother is ma mère. Ma mère, or ma maman, okay, ma mère. So I was speaking with my mother. The verb to speak is parler. So I need an A. Only an A, no other verb. Je parlais avec ma mère. Je parlais avec ma mère, okay? So, we were watching. Now the verb to watch is regarder. regarder. Okay, now, we watch normally then would be what? Nous regardons. Okay, we're safe, aren't we? We get rid of our A, we find our core, so regarder, regarde, nous regardons. And what's the little sound you're going to have to give me to make it we were watching? Nous regardions. Okay? Can I remind you that as per normal, when these verbs are getting longer, if you want to use the cheeky on, okay, then this would give us exactly the same tense, but without such a long word. So whose verbs does on use? On uses he and she, okay? So a for everybody else, okay? On regardait, okay? So, in a moment, in another video, I will show you how to do this with soft and hard verbs, but for the moment, let's just have a very quick look at the written endings of this, and you'll see why, as with everything else with logic language learning, we try and avoid the verb tables because it's just endless endings. So we have AIS, AIS, AIT. Now this is a pattern that you've probably come across before, SST, if you've watched my irregular present tense videos. Ion is pretty much how we can imagine it would be spelt. We've got our classic ONS ending with an I before it. EA, we've got our classic EZA VU ending with an I before it. And A, one people forget how to spell, is ENT, our classic they. Yeah? Ils mangent, normally they eat, ENT, silent, with our AI before it. Okay, so you might like to think they've all got AI before them. Okay, so this comes back to AAA, Ion, EAA. So you just do a couple for me. I was practicing. So what's the verb to practice? Pratiquer. Pratiquer. So you automatically think there's an A there already. Je pratiquais. I was practicing. Okay. Nous pratiquions. Okay. Sounds a bit odd. On pratiquait. Okay. To play. Jouer. Jouer. J-O-U-E-R. It will all be underneath sooner or later. I was playing. Je jouais. Okay. I played. There will be a video on going between the two. I played, action. How many words in my action? 3. Well, how many verbs in my action? 2. So the person doing it, my have or my be, and my past word. So I played, I have played. J'ai joué. So really, in the mouth, there's very little between je jouais and j'ai joué. I was playing and I played, which is why we absolutely need to make 100% sure we are saying je for I, or j'ai for I have. Okay? Do a few more for me. If the verb is envoyer, envoyer, to send, we'd send an envoy ahead. Okay? Envoyer, E-N-V-O-Y-E-R, envoyer. He was sending, it rhymes with A. Il envoyait. Yeah? They were sending, ils envoyaient. Okay? A for everybody. We were sending, nous envoyions. Okay? Porter, to wear. P-O-R-T-E-R, to wear or to carry. Think a hospital porter or something that's portable, carry. Okay? Porter. So Luke was wearing. You tell me, is Luke a nous or a vous? No, so I can go with a. Yeah, easy life. Luc portait. Luke was wearing an orange t-shirt. Luc portait un t-shirt orange. Okay? Luc portait. Okay? Demander, not demander, demander, to ask. Yeah? If you asked very rudely, you would be demanding. So demander. I was asking, je demandais. I asked, pom pom pom, different action, 1, 2, 3, j'ai demandé. Okay, so this is how we form the imperfect, the was tense, without visualising in our mind, AIS, AIS, AIT. We don't need any of this. A for was. Can I stress two things? This A for was, this A for this easy tense, this relaxed, messy tense, is something that's going to crop up in another video for the conditional. So if you haven't yet learnt how to say you would do something in French, have a look at the conditional video now, because it's the same endings used in a different way. As for the imperfect, as for the was tense, I'm just about to upload a video where we talk about how we do this with our non-A verbs, with our soft and our hard, okay? Which is just as easy, okay? So I look forward to your comments on that. If you've enjoyed this video, you find it's helped you avoid the dreaded task of learning tables, then please click